So, like I said, Marriage Ref is the show that we're talking about. This is a Seinfeld gig, and it's on the NBC. I watch it on Hulu, so I couldn't tell you when it's actually on.
It's Thursday nights.
Thank you very much. Hosted by Tom Papa as himself. He is the host. He plays the Marriage Ref. Occasionally, you will see the likes of Jerry Seinfeld. We saw Alec Baldwin in the first one. Tina Fey and
the first one was Seinfeld, Baldwin, and what's her name from Live, and Kathy Lee. Kelly Regis. That's it.
Kelly Ripa.
Ripa. It used to be Kelly Lee. Can you hear us better now?
Yes, I can hear you awesomely.
Okay, good.
Awesomely. There you go. So basically what happens on this show is folks, I don't know if they call in or how they're found, but they have an argument, a married couple between them, say, I don't like this thing that you have and you have it. It's very important.
Let's talk about the stripper pole in the pilot.
Okay.
where the man wants the stripper pole.
The man wanted to put a stripper pole
in the bedroom.
He called it an exercise pole.
Yes.
In the bedroom. The wife wasn't having it, so they came on the show. Right?
Yes, that's to settle it and have the panel. So that's kind of basically people are this is a brainchild of Jerry Seinfeld. He's executive producer, right? Mm-hmm. Where he's saying, I want to do something because I need a ref, and then stepped in, yada, yada, yada. So he ran with the show.
There you go.
And he gets a friend to help ref, and now the ref has a panel to help him, and then he makes the call. So did we sum that up pretty well, Rachel?
I think you did a pretty gosh darn good job.
Swell. So since you are our reality TV guru and you watch pretty much everything reality TV and you are the hipster compared to us, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, the interesting thing about Marriage Ref is that we'd been seeing it. Chris and I had been seeing word about Seinfeld putting this together for about a year. So we'd been seeing some talk on the reality discussion boards and whatnot, and we weren't quite sure what the format was going to be. Then we finally started seeing the promos along with everybody else on NBC. Our overall impression is it's a good show. It's funny. The host is really funny.
And have you seen him anywhere else before? I'm sorry to interrupt you. Have you ever seen him anywhere else before?
I have, but I can't remember where.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can find that out. Thank you very much, IMDb.
Yeah, I thought that Nay might have that one covered.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet, but he will.
Okay, he's like...
Yep.
But anyway, we've watched all of them since the pilot. So we've seen the Alec Baldwin one, we've seen the Tina Fey one, and then we just recently saw the Madonna one with Larry David and Ricky Gervais.
Gervais.
And you know what? The best panel was the Larry David one. I gotta say, when you put Larry David on a panel like that, it was hilarious. Even Madonna was pretty funny. The other two panels were really mediocre in comparison to his panel. And I gotta say, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but most of the time, it's the guy having a weird obsession with something. They've had a couple of ones with the women, but I don't know why it's so guy heavy.
Yeah.
Well, what about this last, like you said, the third episode? I agree. I think far and away this one is the best one. The cast was incredibly
got the cast
funny.
up there on the screen right now.
I think the topics were great. Tom Papa himself, very funny. The guy in this, or the issue that I thought was just, I agreed with the cast or the panel. The woman who wouldn't let her husband use the table in the formal dining room for anything other than Thanksgiving.
Right.
So it's a table, like Tom Papa said, that sits there fully dressed 364 days a year just collecting dust.
Yep. But that was the one that had Eva Longoria on it. And she goes, I have the same room. Yeah. She goes, she started saying it's somewhat of a Latin thing.
You think so?
Actually, I kind of understood that situation, to be honest. Even though I don't have a dining room. I have a room that not much gets used in. Sometimes we do. It's mostly for guests or whatnot. But I understand that. It's just kind of like your perfect room that nothing ever gets touched in.
Yes, LV John's talking about it in the Babble Room about it. It's like having a living room covered in plastic.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So it's true, and that was bizarre. And then, of course, the second argument for that couple, because they gave them the dual argument, was she was basically sexist, saying you should be mechanically inclined in order to put
simply because you're male.
Just because you're male, you should be able to put together that porch because it has instructions, and you should be able to read instructions. And of course, that guy completely lambaste an entire culture. So
he said the reason that he couldn't put it together was because when you follow the directions, the Japanese make it, and there's always screws and stuff left over.
Yeah.
And that's his big problem.
The one that really bugged me the most was on the first episode. It was in that same panel for the pilot episode of the guy that stuffed his dead dog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a little horrible.
Weird. And then they repositioned it when they brought him back because they do this thing called "Let's Make the Call," where the marriage ref actually picks a side who wins.
He picks a winner. That's the greatest thing about the show is somebody wins.
Somebody wins. And really, both win because they get a nice little prize at the end that obviously they don't know about because they'll show the couples up at the end and say, "Oh, thanks. Yeah, wow, that's great."
Actually, I have a theory about that, Q. I think they actually do know because it's part of their contract because I thought a couple of their reactions were pretty contrived. They're like, "Okay, guys, now act surprised." Oh, really? Oh, they do know about it.
Why else would you go on there as a couple?
To air your dirty laundry, or like on this most recent one, the marriage ref episode with
the
Madonna,
psychiatrist,
Ricky Gervais, and Larry David. Yeah, the psychiatrist who has the kind of Oedipal complex.
Oh man, yeah. So this, so I'm going to ask you both this question: do you think this show has legs?
Well, I'll go first, and I think yes, it does. I think it has legs if they can continue to get dynamic panels and start to break out of the same pattern of marriage problems. I want to see them get more creative with what the marriage problems are, get really dynamic panels and couples as well, and do a couple of different things with the fact girl on the side, and also I think they had the sports announcer guy in there doing some stuff too.
Yeah, he's on. He's the voiceover every time.
I missed him in the third episode.
To bring in the product placement part. Yeah.
Blue Rhino. It's gas. Thought that was hilarious.
But what is his name really quick? Because he's been around forever on NBC doing shows. The Olympics.
No, Herb. Jesus.
What is his name? He's been around forever.
That sports guy.
Yeah, but he's they did. I like when they bring him in too to talk about the couples and who has the winning punch, like with the Rhino and the other thing that they did with the right guard or whatever for the product placement. So they must not have had that for the third episode, huh?
They tweaked a few things on the third episode. They didn't do the let's see, just the way that they. I thought about it, but
that's the one, Ricky, which I loved his statement, and I don't know if it has legs just because of his statement made a lot of sense to me. This is the weirdest show ever.
Marv Albert,
thank you. I don't understand this panel behind us. You know, what's that again, Rachel?
I think that's why it has legs, because it is a weird show. And the thing is that it has legs contingent upon how they can adapt, because if it stays the same, it'll go away pretty quickly. They've got to be able to adapt and get some really dynamic people in there.
Right.
I think, honest to God, they should just leave the panel the way that it was this third episode. Every single episode, Larry David, Madonna, Ricky Gervais.
Well, tonight they have Martha Stewart on.
Oh, my God.
So that's going to be pretty interesting, and I'll probably Hulu it later because I don't know if I have time to watch it tonight. But so anything else you guys want to say about the marriage ref? Because I know Rachel needs to leave. She's got to go get some medication, I believe, for her 6
I got to get more drugs so I can get drugged up again.
Yeah, she's got to take care of that her moneymaker.
The pipes.
The pipes.
Oh, man. All in all, though, marriage ref is fun for the moment. Like he said, it's going to be interesting to see how long it lasts, if it has legs for any staying power. But for now, it's pretty good, and I think Martha Stewart's going to be pretty funny either way.
Yeah, someone during the trailers for tonight's episode, I forget who's on the other panel with him, but the guy says, "Wow, Martha Stewart's hardcore." Must be because of that prison time.
That's right.
Absolutely. She's a changed woman.
Well, Rachel, thank you for your time, and we appreciate you calling in and helping us out since you are our reality TV guru. And take care of those pipes of yours, and hopefully we'll see you in the studio again next week.
All right, sounds good. Awesome show, guys.
Thanks. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
So that's the lovely Miss Rachael West.
Rachael West.
Helping us out. She is, like we said, check out her website, realitybitesnow.ning.com.